So brother, if you came across this video, then well done to you. You're going to become the most successful version of yourself. You're going to look like an athlete, make a boatload of cash, be more productive, be crystal clear on your purpose, have better sex, better relationships, and just be an absolute G. If that sounds good, let's tuck in. So guys, I want to run through the 4 simple steps in which you need to master your life. Master your time, master your energy, master yourself. So guys, I think it was only a couple of years back, maybe 3 years ago, I was a degenerate, pot-smoking, broke-ass, shy, unconfident PT. I had a business which was actually doing quite well, strangely enough, but I felt like a fraud. I felt like a loser. I was always comparing myself to other guys, and I generally felt like if I was to continue moving at the pace I was moving, I would either have to leave the industry or I was going to have to leave the world, because I don't have any other qualifications apart from fitness. I am a specialist, right? I'm a specialist in what I do. Mindset, fitness, life, physique, all that kind of stuff. And I really felt the way I was building my life, building my business, building my relationships was destroying me. It was taking more away from me than it was adding. And it got to a point where I knew I had to change. Otherwise, life would change it for me. And I was not willing to play that gamble. I was not willing to get dealt those cards. So if you might feel right now in your life, you're doing all the right things to some extent, but you're not getting the results you want. You feel there's so much friction, stress, anxiety, there's a lot of pressure, and you're not actually feeling aligned with the path you're on, then I want to run through these 4 simple steps and give you them for free. Like, this is some top level stuff here, to be honest. But step number 1, guys, you need to have a delusional level of execution and belief behind the goal in which it is you're trying to achieve. You need to be so clear, and I mean this, you need to be so crystal clear on the exact goal in which you're aiming for. Every single morning, you're handed a bow and an arrow. And every single morning, you have to pull that bow and arrow. Many people pull it and shoot it at fuck all, and they miss 100% of the shots because they're not aiming at nothing. When you are crystal clear on exactly the life you want to live, what success looks and feels like, who you now need to be to get there, you've got accuracy, you've got clarity, you have confidence, right? And this is the thing, you can just be a random bloke off the street, your average Joe with big goals, but if you do not act like the guy who can achieve those goals, assume the wish fulfilled, and actually implement daily the habits, actions, traits, and behaviors of the outcome in which you want in terms of the identity, then you're never going to reach that level of success. You simply won't. And that comes down to belief, right? Because there's a triangle of success, which I've explained before: action at the top, belief down the bottom right, and then desire at the bottom right, and then faith at the bottom left. So action, desire, belief. If you do not believe in yourself, you will never take the action. If you never take the action, you will never desire the goal big enough, truly, to move towards it at pace and speed. And the clearer you get on that goal will only make more sense the deeper you go down the rabbit hole of desiring it further and having more belief subconsciously installed in yourself to actually move at it with pace. So number 1 would be install massive, monumental amounts of fucking belief in your heart, in your head, that you can actually do what you said you're going to do, even if it feels like it's completely out of your grasp. That's something that changed for me. I knew I needed to change, and I believed I could do it because I was not happy settling for the current circumstances I had. And again, you are at the center of your own world. If you get better, you dream bigger, everything else falls into place. Trust me. Number 2, journaling, right? Every single morning, you have an opportunity to get, again, deeper, more aligned, and almost through a sense of subconscious auto-suggestion, you are able to rewire the core components of your psychology to align with the goal in which you're trying to achieve. So journaling on your goals, your North Star mission and vision, what actions are required, what habits are required, what beliefs, what thoughts are required to move towards that. Every single morning, I do my AM assumptions, which is a strategy, a process, and a philosophy that allows me to live with the end in mind, the wish fulfilled. It almost makes me feel like I've achieved the result already, therefore I am in a fucking far better state than you would be, bro, in terms of abundance. I have a very abundant mindset now. I didn't used to, I had a very scarcity mindset, whether it be with money, relationships, business, physique. Now I've got the craziest amounts of abundance installed in me through this delusional sense of belief, which I've touched on, this journaling process, in which I do every single morning and urge all of my clients to. By the way, if you want a copy of that, I can send it over. There's going to be a link below in the description. Just grab at it there. It will help massively. And you might think it's cheesy. You might think it's cheesy doing your journaling. You're not a 6-year-old schoolgirl talking about her crush. You're not. You're an adult man that's a bit scattered right now, that knows he's got more potential, but right now he's not fulfilling that wish. So you actually should start journaling to get clearer on the exact life you want to live. Simple as that. That'd be number 2. Number 3 would be company, right? You've most likely heard the quote, yourself, what was it? No, the quote is, your network is your net worth. Very true. Right now, your network is loser mates, drinking in the pub, taking drugs, sleeping in, doom scrolling, watching porn, the list goes on. I can imagine it goes on and on and on. But for you to really step into the character in which you now need to be, you need to be exposed to other guys that are doing what you want to do in the highest level, so you can install their mental syntax into your life. And I've had the pleasure of working with multi-millionaire coaches, even billionaires as well, and being around guys even younger than me that are doing, multi 6 figures per month. And just the way they operate, the way they think is absolutely insane. And everything that I absorb from them, I teach to my students, I teach to my clients. At a fraction of the price, which is it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But where am I going with this? It's like, you get around the right fucking guys. Get around the right fucking guys. No wasters, no degenerates. Clear your circle. But how do you actually get into the right rooms? You have to become better yourself. You actually have to become better yourself. You will not be valued or be seen as valuable unless you install more value into yourself. How do you do that? You build your physique, you master your mindset, you take control of your habits and lifestyle, and you become someone worth listening to. And you can only do that through self-development. That's why a big part of my program and process is self-development. We have to equip younger men on how to future-proof themselves so they can live life on their own terms further down the line, pursue business, relationships, elements of success at a higher capacity and threshold. Because right now your current mindset is getting you your current level of results. And right now your results suck, bro. So if you want a different level of results, you have to have a different mindset. It's very, very simple. And then lastly, step number four would be consistency. This is like the overarching driver in your success. If you can't be consistent with the network you're around, if you can't be consistent with the daily habits you now need to do, with your journaling process, with your belief systems, you're never going to master it. I know so many guys are, a flash in the pan. They're good for a week, then they unravel like a ball of wool for 2. They can smash a 6-week fat loss phase, then gain it all back over the next 6 weeks. They can go in and they can go out, but they can't just be consistent. And if you're trying to build a business, have an amazing relationship, if you're trying to travel the world, if you're trying to build in your physique, guys, consistency is everything. I've been doing this for 10 years. 10 long, arduous years. I've sacrificed so fucking much, but I've been consistent. And it's given me so much more back in return. I live where I want, I do what I want, I make good money, I help a lot of people, I'm in great shape, I've got an awesome relationship, I live between Dubai and Bali. Things are going well, all because I stayed consistent with the belief that I was going to become someone that I wanted to be. And the thing is, you guys drift. You mask productivity with procrastination. You think being busy is getting you closer to your goal, but it's not. You have no time to think, no time to see the life you want to live, and no time to actually decompress and laterally believe that you will achieve something bigger than where you're at now. You don't have enough time. You have less time now than ever. You have to have a business, you have to have a physique, you have to have confidence, you have to have status and respect. You need to be someone worth paying attention to. Otherwise, your life will unravel and become a shambles, and you will look at yourself in the mirror in the next 5 to 10 years and completely be disgusted with who you become because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. So consistency is absolutely everything. Everything I've touched on there, they all interlink into one another. They're part of the processes, they're part of the routines in which we install with all of our clients. And again, if you ever want help with that, I'm more than happy to guide you through the process one-on-one. As like, be your mentor, be your coach, make it happen, allow you to make more money, have a better relationship, get in shape. The list goes on and on. I'm quite an oracle at this kind of stuff. I'm quite a wise guy. Get these 4 steps nailed. Get them fucking nailed and imprinted into your subconscious mind. Let them become habits. Let them become parts of you. Otherwise, it's just going to be hypothetical. You might say, oh, another good YouTube video. Again, I'm just being raw and real with you. I'm actually quite run down today, but I thought I would just get this off my chest because it was on my mind. I want you to win on the highest level. I really do. And if you're done settling for average, there's going to be various links below in the comments, or sorry, the description, I should say. Go jump in. Have a wee nosy around. If one of my programs, one of my offers suits you, jump in. I'll see you on the inside. We'll look after you. We'll get you winning. But if you're a little simp chump that just, likes mental masturbation and watching self-development YouTube for the sake of it, then you can go fuck yourself and go suck your mum's tits. Anyway, see you in the next one. Much love. Catch you.